Hello, welcome back to the New Hampshire Woodshop. This is part 2 of our wall shelf series. Well, in the last video, I left off dimensioning. I just finished planing the sides to thickness, and off camera I went ahead and did the same exact thing on the shelves as well. So if you need a refresher course on how to go about getting rough lumber to the size and thicknesses that you're looking for, go back and you'll pick up a lot there. So we'll put those off to the side, and we're still working on our sides, getting that cut out to the profile we want with all the joinery as well. So off camera, I also, on this sideboard, I cut the rabbet for the back. It's a 1/4 inch deep and a 1/2 inch wide, thereabouts. And we're going to do the same thing with this side. Alright, so that's the next step. So let's get started on that. I'll bring you in closer so you can get a better view of it. So let's do it. Well, hello again. I apologize, I had a little technical difficulty with the camera, and I didn't really recognize it until after I got this far with the rabbet. But I'm only halfway done and I can continue. This rabbeting plane, or this Stanley number 45, is what I have. It takes a little bit of time to figure out how to use a tool like this, and I'm still learning. But it's cool nonetheless. If I didn't have this tool, what I would do to make this rabbet is I would use a straight edge and a knife, a sharp X-Acto knife. Score it, take a chisel, cut down, chisel out with the grain to the depth of that knife line, and then continue cutting that knife line a little deeper until I get to the depth I'm looking for. So that's what I would do. But I have this tool here. It's sharp, and I am trying to figure out how it's used to its best of its ability. And I have the depth stop set at a 1/4 inch, and excuse my arms here. And I'm looking to get it down to that depth. Oh my goodness. There, excuse me for a moment. Okay. So if any of you experts out there have any suggestions on the best way of using this tool, I've watched a few videos in the past, and I'm still trying to figure it out. But we'll do that together, right? I did the very first job I did with this tool was a little beading job. I was basically practicing, but I was cutting a bead in a piece of tiger maple, and I posted that onto Facebook, and one of my friends said, start at the end of your cut out here and work your way back. I believe that's what he was saying, and it worked out real well. I saw the value in that. And I'm not sure if that recommendation holds true for doing a job like this, a rabbet. But I did do it. I started up here and kind of worked my way back until I got back here, and then I've been trying to do it all at the same time since. Okay, I think we're down. Let's do one more pass, see if we're... Oh, look at that, of course. Another thing I'm having a hard time with is making sure I stay plumb. If I go like this, it digs in, and if I go like this, it doesn't even cut. So I have to stay plumb, and I find that to be fairly difficult. Okay, I think we're down. Come on. There we go. There is our rabbit. And it looks pretty good. I blew it up here. Hopefully we can get along with that, because that's where I took the plane and I went like this and dug a little too deep in there. Okay, but it is what it is. Now our next deal is to cut the dado for the shelves. So let's go ahead and do that. My shelves are already planed to thickness, and we'll lay it on here and we'll scribe. So let me get set up and we'll do it. Okay, we're back. We're back all set up. I believe this is the best view for what we want to do here. I want to cut a dado on the shelf side so that my shelf can sit into. As you can see, I haven't cut the profile yet. I want to save that to one of the last things I do before I glue it all together, because as I'm slicing out and making this dado, if I get any chips right here after it was cut out right at the edge, then I can't fix it. But by keeping it big, I can continue the dado all the way out here, and if I get chips out here, it's no big deal. Who cares? I cut that out anyway. So that's the plan here. I think this will be the best course of action. I have my drawer side here. Now, one thing I got to remember is that each shelf, there's a different project. Each shelf is planed to thickness, but it's not necessarily exactly 5/8 of an inch and 5/8 of an inch here. It might be a few thousandths difference. I don't know. Use a hand plane. So I want to make this dado to fit this side right here, this end. This goes into this one. So I'm going to mark it. I'm going to label that. I'm going to put an A right here and an A right here. That will tell me that A goes with A. Now I can't hardly make a mistake. The other thing is I've already laid out where I want my shelves. So that's the first thing. I took a square and scribed a line with a knife. That's the bottom of my shelf right there. And I'm going to put this end right up against that and then scribe along right here. So let me do that. Get my sharp knife. Oh, that's not a sharp knife. There, that one's a sharper knife. And all you need to do is just lightly. Just a nice light scribe at first. Okay. Now I've got a line here that my knife will automatically want to follow. So I'll do another nice light, but just a little bit firmer. Staying right in that cut line. And I'll work my way down, deeper and deeper. Just like that. There we go. And I'll do this one as well, a little bit deeper. Okay. Now let's go ahead and start cutting that out. Now, you could easily take a back saw and cut down. That's a great way of going. you know, another way of doing it is with a rabbet plane. You chisel it out, get it close, and then with a rabbet plane you can cut it. So there's lots of ways of doing it, lots and lots of ways of doing it. I have chosen to do it this way just because I think it will be easier for me. Yep. First thing I want to do is I want to cut a little. Let me make sure you can see this real well. I don't like that. Let's move over here. Okay, I think that will work. Cinematography is not necessarily my strong suit. I appreciate you being patient. I like to cut an angle like this and basically make a peak in the middle of the dado. Alright, can I tell you a little story about this chisel? It's somewhat interesting and it'll be something to talk about. This chisel was given to me by a guy named Jim. Now this guy, he's a local resident, at least he was. Unfortunately, he died. He was a state representative for many years. I couldn't disagree with him on his policies more. And so I decided to run against him 2 years ago. And so I did. I ran against him, and during the candidacy, when we were going out talking to people and that kind of thing, he stopped by one day and said, "I've got a chisel." Actually, I've got 4 chisels that were his dad's, and these are 3 of them. The 4th one wasn't any good. It was in real bad shape, so I ended up having to throw it away. But these aren't. He said his dad had these tools, and he wanted to give them to me because he wanted somebody who could use it to the best of their ability, its ability, and he didn't think he was that person. And unfortunately, he was also fighting cancer at the time, and so I thought, you know, I mean, what a great guy. I mean, we're political rivals, but he was big enough to be very friendly like that, and that really actually made an impression on me, and I really appreciated him for that. But this chisel here is the best chisel I have ever had, ever, by far. I don't know what it is. It looks like it's been hand forged. And it holds an edge extremely well, and it stays sharp extremely long. Now, one of the things though is that I don't spend a lot of time beating on it, like with dovetails and things. I do mostly slicing actions, kind of like this. But man, this thing is a joy. The only thing I had to do to it is sharpen it, and I made this chisel handle. That is it. So anyway, that's kind of the story of Jim, and you know, it kind of shows that even though we disagree fundamentally, I mean, really, we couldn't have been further apart on politics. Civility and being interested in other people's lives is what makes us humans, and it's part of our humanity, whether we agree politically or not. And I think that was a great lesson he taught me, or at least he reinforced with me. And so there you go. That's the story of the chisel. And every time I pick it up, I think of Jim. Every time. So, there we go. As you can see here, I'm just I'm scribing deeper and deeper with my knife. I'm looking to go 1/4 inch deep. Now, one of the problems, really not really a problem, you just have to be aware that just because you get to 1/4 inch deep here doesn't mean that you're 1/4 inch deep here. You could be less or more, and so you've got to be aware of that. And once you get close, start taking it slow so you don't go too deep. And I find that you can just go ahead and use a ruler to check. Nothing too high tech. I'm almost at 1/4 inch there. Almost there as well. So we can go just a little bit deeper. Okay. That's all there is to it. Let's check. Yep, we're right at 1/4. Oh, we're a little under here. A little under and right at 1/4. Okay, so we don't need to go any more here, but we can right in the back. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yep. Perfect. Okay. That's how we're going to cut our dados. And we're going to do it on, we're going to cut 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. After we do that, we'll go ahead. The side to the bottom is dovetails. And that's how we're going to do those. So on the next video, we'll do that. All right, so let's go ahead and cut all 4 off camera at our own leisure, and we will pick this up next time. All right, thanks a lot for tuning in. If you like the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. That makes me very happy. If you want to get more of these videos, hit the subscribe button, and you will be notified every time I have a new video up. That's fun for me as well. And if you think other people would enjoy seeing this kind of stuff as well, let them know. Let them know. All right. Hey, I'll see you next time. Bye now.